morning everyone, happy Thursday and welcome to Hunkydory Craft TV. My name is Natalie Eagleton, I'm going to be the host for this hour. Lovely Lisa is producing the show. Good morning Lisa.
Good morning.
How are you feeling?
Not so bad.
Not so bad, you know it's the fourth day of school now. You start to drift off a little bit. The silly antics are going to start playing in and it definitely will be today because over in the demonstration station it's Stacey.
Hi.
Good morning, Stacey. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I've just been laughing at Natalie because she's just tripped over something. She's not having a good morning, so it's quite funny.
Tripped over something. I locked the iPad because I was putting my husband's code in, not the home code in. So it's going to be great today, you know. It's going to be absolutely great. We're back with a spectacular Moonstone masterclass. We've got brand new dies. We've got a very fun trivia quiz. Lisa tried to give me the answers, which Jess didn't do yesterday. So I've given them back to Lisa. I haven't even looked because I just thought, I don't want to cheat. I want to see. You've got the answers, haven't you?
Yeah, but I've not looked at them.
Don't look at them.
Okay.
That third sheet.
Yeah, I'm not going to look at
No, just take it now and throw it anywhere. Don't look. It's funnier. It's funnier when we don't know the answers. And of course, we're going to have some expert advice on Moonstone dies. And we are going to do some fantastic demonstrations for you as well. We also have, did I say brand new dies? Brand new dies. So before we get to that, let's run the Win It Weekly. It's a super cool prize this week, Stace.
I know, it's amazing.
I was telling everyone the story of when Jess said, can we give one away? And I was like, we might need to ask Dan.
I know.
And then he was like, give 3 away.
And I was like, 3?
I know. Me and Stacey were like, do you know how much they cost to post? And he was like, just give them away.
Just do it. Just post it.
So 3 lucky winners are going to win our storage trolleys. They're absolutely fantastic. Stacey's got one at the side of her desk. Anne-Marie's got one. They're so handy and they're really tall as well. So they'll fit in quite a lot of stuff in here. 3 lucky winners. And this is the question we are asking you. What of the following school rules is true? A, you're not allowed to eat ketchup during school hours. B, you cannot play football on a Wednesday. And C, you're allowed to cheat on 1 test per year. There's no cheating in these tests. Not in this room, there is not. So like, share and comment, A, B or C for your chance to win. And we will give that away on tomorrow's show. But let's get to today's show because I'm super excited. We have got our brand new essential Radiant Sentiments to run you through. So take a look at this VT. Absolutely awesome, aren't they? We're going to run through those, but I need to remind you that this week you have the chance to get our Hunkydory pens. They are free with every order over £25 or more that you place from now all the way up until Sunday. However, if you want to purchase these pens, you can absolutely do that. They're £3.99 each, £3.59 if you are a Diamond Club member. Fantastic Hunkydory pens. So you can no longer be shouting at us when we're using our Hunkydory pens in here because you will have one at home now as well for you to use. But yeah, the offer ends the 8th of September at midnight, so make sure you are getting those in your baskets. And you would definitely be getting them today because this is the most amazing brand new launch. We asked Stacey, me and Anne-Marie, we wanted big sentiments. What magazine was it that we did that really nice birthday sentiment?
Oh yeah, we did like a happy birthday.
It was like a happy birthday,
big.
wasn't it? Was it last
similar
year?
Size, yeah.
Last year or this year? Can't remember when it was.
I don't know.
But we did a really cool die. It was in one of the magazines and me and Anne-Marie said it sold out literally like within a week. And we were like, well, we can't use this now, but we really like it because we really want that size. And then the Christmas ones sold out probably about 3 times in the first day.
Yeah.
Like, we had none left.
We ordered so many as well.
It was crazy. So because of the popularity of those and because of the request from us to have larger sentiments, Stacey has designed these. Now, there's 3 dice sets here, but you're actually getting 6 sentiments in total. This is our Essential Radiant Sentiments Ultimate Collection. Should be £44.97, but you're going to get it for £36.97. So a huge saving on that. Look at that price if you're a Diamond Club member as well. £33 for 6 incredible new sentiment dies. Not only are you getting 6 new sentiment dies though, you're getting the mats and layers. There are 30 dies in total in this bundle because you're going to get the 2 sentiments, and then you're going to get 4 of those mats and layers, those nesting shapes that fit around the words as well. So we have for you, and we'll look at them in closer detail. This one sold out twice on Hobby Maker.
Do you want me to go and get the boards while you talk through them?
You'll have to slide past me.
I know, yeah. Well, we all know what I'm going to do anyway, so I'll just...
I've left them in my bag. I'm not with it this morning at all. We've got the Happy Birthday and Best Wishes. Now, this sold out twice on Hobby Maker yesterday. On Tuesday, I had to add more stock. So this one is super, super popular. They're £14.99 each, but look how big they are. These fit really nicely on 6x6s as well. The cards that you will see on the front of the cards are, I think there's one 6x6, one 5x5. So you can see how they fit really nicely. They're huge sentiments. Next one we have is Good Luck and Thank You. We'll show you them in a closer detail when Stacey brings the boards in as well. £14.99 for you to get this one. I love the mix of typography because you've got that gorgeous like script font with that really nice sort of bold design. Thank you. Were they in my bag or were they on my desk?
No, they were deep down in your bag. I had to go rooting.
Oh no. But look at these.
As they're together.
There you go. This is what you can see. Look at how much detail you have in these dies. They are so fantastic, and the depth that you get with these mats and layers, we've just used 2mm foam pads here, is incredible. But don't just think that these are dies that you use with like papers and you use them in this way. This is the 3rd one of the selection. This is Get Well Soon and Thinking of You. You can see there a huge amount of dies that you're going to get, and you're going to get all of the mats and layers as well. And I'll just show you the Happy Birthday one. There's so many ways that you can use these dies.
Absolutely.
So many ways.
Because they're essentially nesting dies.
Yeah.
So you can create apertures,
Yeah.
you can create mats, you can use double, like 2 different dies and create frames for them.
Yes.
You can do off the edge cutting,
Yes.
which we're going to show you today. They're going to do just so much.
You can do pyramage, we can do
Yeah.
invitage, we can...
You can do shaker cards with
shaker
these
cards
because
you can do with these because you've got the mats and the frames. I did a spinner card with these.
Yep.
Because you've obviously got the largest size, which means that if you use the smallest mat and layer with your word, you've got the space for it to move around. They are absolutely fantastic. They're absolutely incredible. Lots of comments to say the bundle's out of stock, Lisa.
Well, that is very inconvenient.
Lisa says that's very inconvenient. She's going to have a look into it.
Inconvenient.
But don't worry, we will sort that out for you. But how incredible are these brand new dies? They're yours today for £36.97 or £33.27 if you get them as part of your diamond price, and you're going to get that pen included because you will have spent over £25. These are essential dies. These are dies that I'd be having in my craft trolley, taking them to craft fairs with me. These are dies that are going to work incredibly well with your deluxe craft pads, with your adorable scoreable. When the card stock is so beautiful that is going to be the main focus and you just want a gorgeous sentiment, these are going to be your best friends. They are huge dies. You can of course get them in the bundle, save yourself some money, or if you just want them individually, then you can do that as well. £14.99. We're having a look at that stock for you as well. It's being sorted right now. So don't worry. Keep checking the website, keep reloading it, and that will be sorted out for you. We've then also got, because you loved it so much, and I'm not even joking, this sold probably the same amount as our new dice sold on Tuesday again. Like,
just
it is madness.
amazing. Absolutely
how
madness.
popular this. It's not yet the bestseller.
No.
Advent House is still the bestseller.
It is still up there, yeah.
But
Advent
it's
House,
very, very close now.
It's about third or second, I'd say.
It's mental, isn't it? So this is the die that started it all, our Radiant Sentiments, Christmas Greetings. You've got Merry Christmas and you've also got Seasons Greetings. And let me show you some cards that we've got with the brand new dies as well, because I love what the design team have done. And it's great to show you how inventive you can be with these. So Lisa's done this one. She's used the die to do that sort of like faux foiling look, which I really like.
Really
and then
nice.
you can see how you can cut an aperture out and have that on the front of your card. So there's two really cool techniques there. This again is absolutely stunning, made by Natalie, showcasing what I said just before about using your adorable scorable. You've got all your different mats and layers there, and you've even hidden your workings with that largest one. This is a gorgeous one by Barbara. She's used it to create a shaker, but it's also in a tag as well, so you could make those and pop them on presents. They just look gorgeous layered up, and I love the fact that you've got so many different sizes in here that you can do different things. This is one of the ones from the packaging that Amy created, really nice with all of those greens. This one showcases how you can use less of the mats and layers. So this one uses the first and the second, third and the fourth are missing, and then you've got the word there included. This is a stunning make by Debbie. Love this one. And like me and Stacey were saying about using them to create frames, this is a frame for your shaker. Absolutely stunning. I love this one as well. Another one by Debbie.
The team,
really
as
great.
always, I've done an absolutely amazing job.
I love the stitch detail that she's created with a marker pen on that one. A little bit of invertage here by Donna. Really nice with the two-tone of sort of like the white and the craft card. This is clever, and Kat made this one. She was doing it while she was in the office. So what she's actually done is she has cut this from the front of her card, and then she's used the largest and the second to create a frame, which then gives you this look on the card. So it's actually cut into the design, but when you open it out, it just looks so clever the way that she's done that. And that is another really cool technique you can do with them. I love this paper piecing as well.
Yeah,
cutting it out and then
ideal.
Paper piecing back into it. And then here's another gorgeous one as well. I love this one. Alison's created this. Really sweet colourways. Looks absolutely fantastic. And I just love the mix of like all the different designs as well. Again, it's paper pieced, which looks really nice. There's so many things you can do with these dies though. But let's go to Stacey for the first of her 3 masterclasses from today.
Okay, so we're going to try and go back to basics in this first section, as well as doing a card that shows you how those dies work. And then the second section, we're going to go into a little bit more techniques of sort of the techniques that are in the handbook, so we can show you them. But I thought I'd go back to basics and tell you what actually is a die, because, you know, not everybody.
I'd never used dies until I started working at Hunkydory.
Yeah, I had tried them and I just didn't get on with them until I worked here and kind of got the experience and tested them and stuff like that. And now I know all the ins and outs and the tricks and stuff like that. It's super easy.
It is really good.
But until you've learned those tricks, it seems really hard.
It seems quite scary as well, because it's like you obviously need to buy the machines, you need to buy the materials, so it's quite an investment, and if it's something that you're not going to get into, it can be quite scary, can't it?
It can, yeah. So this is what we call a metal die. It is made of metal, and then you have a sort of a reverse side with lots of holes in. Let's just move this out of the way so you can see. And then you have the cut side. So this is like the raised edge, and it's not sharp to touch or anything like that. What it does is when it goes through the machine presses it much harder than we can, and that's what cuts it out. So when we say metal die, that's what they are. And then I wanted to quickly show you the difference between an electronic and a manual machine. So here, if Lisa can just... So here we are using the Gemini 2. You get lots of different plates in it. I'm going to show you them as well. You get your instruction manual. You should get that with every machine that you receive.
It's really important to keep that somewhere really handy, because depending on what type of skill that you're trying to do, you might need to refer back to that manual.
So what we've got is, let's go this way. Sorry, Lisa, you might have to go a bit backwards and forwards for a minute. We've got like different plates, sort of sandwiches they're called, different sandwiches. And what it means is that you can emboss with this, you can cut with this. There's different types of dies. There used to be like really thin dies and really thick dies.
Yeah.
So sometimes it will refer to them. But yeah, keep hold of your instructions. And then quickly going back to manual, so obviously that's electric, so what happens is you put it through and it automatically goes through. You have a stop button and a reverse button, so you can kind of stop things where you want to and not cut all the way. With a manual machine, you are hand cranking it, and it's a bit of personal preference. I prefer to use both, actually. It depends what technique I'm using.
I'm a both type of gal.
Yeah. So this is the Sizzix Big Shot. I love this. This is one of my
do
favourites.
love the Sizzix Big Shot.
You get different plates with this than you do with the Gemini. You get sort of a really big, thick plate. These are really old now.
These are really old. I don't even think you can buy these ones anymore.
No, probably not.
We've tried to look at it, haven't we, recently? Because we do need some new ones.
We've actually cut ours and everything, but these are usually attached, so you would open them like this. Ours have fallen apart, so you get different ones, and their plate sandwiches are on the plate itself, and then you have like two plates that you
sandwich your
dies. Yeah. So they are the different types of machines.
There's lots of other different types of machines. We've also got obviously the Gemini MIDI and the Gemini Mini in the office. We do like those ones, but I think a lot of us in the office don't necessarily like those plates as much. They bend quite a lot there compared to like the Big Shot and other machines. I think, what did Barbara had the fold away yesterday. She's got that one for using in the office.
I use the Cuttlebug at home.
You've got the Cuttlebug at home.
Which is just, again, plates. It's not like a folder.
No.
I prefer the plates because you've got more freedom end to end, whereas a folder, you kind of only got one end that you can use.
Yeah.
So especially if you're using a smaller machine, you kind of like that.
The length,
the freedom. So you can create longer cards and cut in the middle and stuff like that. You can also get really small machines, so you can get obviously the Gemini Mini,
the Baby Blue,
the Sizzix. They do a little one as well.
Do a little one. I forgot the name of that one though.
And they are great just to have on your desk for like smaller dies, and you'll be surprised how many dies actually go through smaller machines.
Would you like to know a big secret?
Oh, go on then.
These brand new dies that we've got on today, the size of them, they all fit through your mini machine.
Even the largest?
Even the largest one.
Amazing. There you go.
So
you'd be surprised, because I didn't know that. It looks like a big die, but actually, when you think about the plate size, it's quite good.
Yeah.
So plates, we talk about plates all the time, but what are they? Basically, they're different thicknesses. So you can see this is quite thin, but then you have a slightly thicker white one, and obviously you usually have two thick ones. You have sort of a thinnish one. You've got your metal plate. Now this helps cut very intricate dies. It's, as you can see, it's really well marked, and that is completely normal, and it'll cut through really well because it will cut through almost like the metal. We have also got the magnetic shim. So you might see people call things shims. Basically, it's just a thinner sheet. It's magnetic, so your dies, when you put them on, they're not going to slide off, which is ideal. Not every machine will have magnetic shim. I don't have one with my Cuttlebug.
No. I don't think you had one in like your cut and boss.
No, I think it's more electronic machines that you have them, or bigger machines like bigger plates. And then you have like this embossing mat, so it's like it's almost like a silicone mat. And this is great for embossing, so we're going to use that a bit later on. So we're going to that. What else have I got on my list? So I've got a list, so I didn't forget everything.
She's prepared.
Tools. So you need a 3-in-1 die brush. You don't need it, but it's really, really handy to have. So these little holes in the back of a die is they're called release holes, and what it does is when your paper is sandwiched in this sort of debossed area,
Yeah.
what you do is you turn it over, and then you can run across all of those holes with your die brush. You can be quite hard with it and it'll pop out all the bits. And then if there's any other bits, you want to be using your pokey tool and just poke through. And then if they're really stuck, what you can use is your little spatula, and you can kind of lift the paper out.
Yeah, it's
especially
really
if you haven't got nails
and
or
it's
anything
really
like
important
that.
to like use these tools instead of using like maybe a craft knife or scissors, because you don't want to damage your die. Number one.
So this is essential tool for die
Yeah.
cutting. You also need your low tack tape. Now we say it all the time, stick your low tack tape onto the die and a little bit onto the paper.
Yeah.
So you don't want the die to move, but you also don't want like a whole sheet of low tack tape, because what it will do is that pressure will stick it directly onto the card and it becomes more sticky, so it can lift some of the colour or the coating. So just a tiny bit, just to keep it in place.
Top tip from Stacey there.
And then the final thing is, if you read in the die cutting handbook, we have a section on like wax paper and plastic wallets.
Oh yeah, we've got wax paper in the craft room.
Yeah, so we use this for quite intricate, so maybe something like this.
Yeah, your
where
doily
you've got
die as well.
a lot of little bits basically. So what you do is you would sandwich the wax paper.
Yeah, you put your wax paper on first, then you put your
wax
cardstock.
paper on this side, then put your cardstock, and what that does is when you lift the wax paper, it releases your like you cut card.
Yeah.
But it also releases all these little bits as well, because it doesn't fully cut through the wax paper.
No.
So that is another top tip. We don't do it in the demonstration that often, just because of time, really.
Just because of time, and also we don't necessarily need it that much with a
No.
lot of dies, but if you are struggling with like dead detailed dies, I know I've used it with we've got a gorgeous distressed doily die here, and it's so incredibly detailed and there's really fine parts, and even when you use the tools, quite often it can like tear the paper, so I've used it a lot with that, and then like you said with plastic wallets, they work a lot like I can't remember what it was, that
The cut tidy.
the cut tidy,
Lace.
yeah. So you sort of like sandwich that over, don't you? And again, that
it's
helps.
exactly the same. Yeah, it just releases it. It's
But-
basically just a way to release the paper easily, and all those little bits, so you don't have to be
Pushing all the bits out
pushing them
forever.
all out.
There was a really a comment about someone who said they got their machine secondhand and they don't necessarily have the book on what to do with that. A lot of companies will have the books on their website that you can download or you can access. Their sandwich guides. So if you do have a machine and you have struggled with that for any reason, I can't remember who commented it, but it was on YouTube. Go to the manufacturer's like website or just type in the manufacturer and then sandwich guides, and you will often find that they will have downloads for you to be able to access. We do have that on our website as well, don't we?
We do have some like sandwich guides. So if you go on, I think it's just /sandwich guide, but I could be wrong. We have kind of well-known brands on there. They do need to be tweaked depending on how used your plates are, how much pressure you've got. If it's like an older machine, it'll lose its pressure a little bit.
Yeah.
How intricate your dies are, there's a lot of ifs. Basically, all you need to do for the ifs is add more shims. So if you need a tiny little bit more pressure, use a bit of cardstock, and just add those cardstocks. Or if you need even the tiniest bit, use a bit of copy paper.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't cut the first time, don't worry about it either. Cut it and rotate it. We'll show you all the things like that again as we go through.
Nice.
I just wanted to do really, really beginner, because we don't do it very often.
No, we really don't. We really don't. And it's something that I think is quite important for new people that might be watching. We often do demonstrations and we just talk all of this spiel and people will be like, well, I don't know what that means.
We'll be like, right, we're going to do this sandwich and we're going to do that die. And it's like, what is a sandwich? Why are we talking about food?
Go back to basics. It's good sometimes.
So all of that information that I've just told you is in the handbook. So we've got different plates, we've got tools and accessories, we've got materials, because it's not just cardstock you can do all sorts of different materials. How to use a die in a machine, so we've shown you that. Again, back to basics. All the different types of dies, because there's different types. There's like nesting dies, centerpiece, sentiments. The ways you can use your nesting dies. So this is ideal for these in particular, because these are essentially nesting dies on the outside. So how to create panel, aperture, frame, and then the unique nesting dies, which we will show you a bit later on. And then you get into like all the card, different, and each card uses a different technique, which is why I think if I was going to get the book, I would just sit, not all in one day, but just sit and work through each card, because you'll slowly learn all those techniques that you need to do.
Yeah.
And all those little sort of, what's the word, like little how-tos basically of how to do each thing.
Lots of top tips as well in there included from like us on how we'll sort of use them, and there's some techniques in here that like we've never even tried before.
I know,
so
some
it's
stuff
like
that,
learning for like us as well.
So let's get on with showing you how to use these dies, and then we can do a bit more technique based stuff later on. So what we've done is I've pulled out a load of colours and different cardstock types. So we've got Matastic, we've got some shimmer card, we've got another piece of Matastic, we've got that new
the designer card pack
that came out the other day. We've got some mirror, and then some more Matastic. So we're going to use some for mats and layers, some for the background. So we're probably going to do this sort of mat for the card base.
Oh, nice.
And then we're going to be cutting out all the different layers from here. And I haven't done any prep because I wanted to show you from beginning to end what we are going to do. So you kind of need to choose what colour you want to start with. So I'm probably going to do the sentiment out of this colour, and then we want like a dark colour to really make that sentiment stand out. So we're going to go with the mirror, and then we've got these two as well. But in between, I probably want another white layer, so we're probably going to do that and then do that. So let's, and what I would do, what I always do, is trim down your cardstock. Don't put the whole piece in, but you want enough cardstock around the edge that you've got enough tape.
Yeah.
Enough areas for tape.
And also, you know, for movement on there.
It even though you've taped it, it may still move. It at the end of the day, you've not got control of what happens once it goes through the machine sometimes. Oh no, got that thing with.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And it just always stops. It's like the worst thing ever, isn't it, that? It's very, very funny.
So as you can see, you don't need loads of tape, especially for things like this. It's not going to move. So that's one layer.
I think it's good to like cut it down as well, or like sometimes I'll stick it before I cut it, because very often it'll like move in my hand, and then I'll be like, oh, I've got not enough cardstock left. So it's obviously personal preference, but I've learned the hard way. Make sure you are always taping them down, because they will move.
We do it all the time.
And most of the time it's when it's live on the telly.
Oh, see, I'm quite good when I'm here doing it, but at my desk I think I get a bit lazy and I just think, oh, that'll do, and then it always moves, and then you get annoyed because then you've got to do it again.
Stacey Catherine says, I keep losing some of my dies. 1 minute I have them and then they disappear. Anyone else have this problem?
We have this problem all the time.
We have this problem all the time.
And I may be searching for something that will help with that. That's all I'm going to say. Because I don't know how long it's going to take. But I'm searching.
She's finding it.
I am here to help people.
That's a good thing as well. While Stacey's on the show today, if anyone has any ideas or thoughts or things that they want in terms of dies, or it may be tools that we can use with our dies, get your comments in. Stacey's here, Lisa's here. Lisa can write them all down for us so she doesn't forget. But let us know, because she's the person to ask. For regular random things, it's normally Dan. But for dies and stamps and things like that, it's always Stacey.
I will be on Dan's case. Absolutely. So what we're going to do is, for this plate sandwich, we've got the white plate, we've got the clear plastic plate, we've got the magnetic shim. Now make sure that you're putting the dies face down so the cut is up. And let's try and fit all of this into one cut, which is why A4 machines are nice and has a place in the world.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if you've got a smaller machine, you'd have to cut that quite a few times. And all you do, we've got the metal shim and then the other plastic shim. Hold them all together and just feed them through the like little opening. And with an electronic machine, it'll just go. It'll just happen.
With your Gemini 2 as well, it's great because it holds the plates.
It does. So once it just stops.
Hold
it does
the plates.
sort of carry on whining at you a little bit, but it might be because it's stuck on the edge. So at this point, what I would do is check that everything's cut, and you'll see whether it's cut. You'll see like all the little lines in the. And if not, run it through again. If it's quite a detailed die and you've got the space, rotate it. The most pressure is down this side of your plates. That's where you get the most pressure. So if you can, place your dies like this. Otherwise, if you put it straight in the middle, you get less pressure and you might not cut all the way through.
Oh, Stacey, we've got lots of things here now.
Oh,
we shouldn't have asked. Are you writing a list, Lisa? Yeah. Are you ready?
Okay, read some out, yeah.
Michelle says vertical sentiment dies. So did some other people.
I just want to address this straight away. That is definitely on my list because I know somebody asked me about it yesterday.
Okay.
And one of our design team members emailed me the other day about it.
Okay.
It is on the list. Whether it comes in dies or stamps first, I'm not sure. But watch this space. It is happening.
There we go. You heard it here first. What else have we got? Hunkydory folder for dies with magnetic sheets, if possible.
I can't say anything.
Oh.
Can't say anything.
You've heard it here first. She's not saying anything.
No.
We've also got, could definitely do with a magnetic die stand for my desk. Just big enough to store the dies that you're working on. You need to see
it's a good job you can't see my face. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, a lot of more questions for those. A lot more comments about the vertical dies as well, sentiment dies.
Yeah, don't worry, I am on the case with that.
Oh, this is a nice one as well. Please could we have some new additional dies for the pop-up snow globes? I love the 3 I have, but new ones would be fabulous.
Are we talking Christmas or are we talking every day?
Oh, that's a good question. Karen, let us know. That was your comment. She says, I raised so much money for various charities with these pop-up snow globes the other Christmas. But would you like everyday ones or more Christmas ones? Karen, let us know.
Can't guarantee that everything will happen, but I will do my best. Absolutely.
Oh, Fiona says, do we have month name dies?
Month? Like January, February?
Yeah.
We did do some years ago, but we've not done some recently, so we can definitely add that to the list.
Magnetic sheets need to be double-sided, says Midge.
Okay.
Keep that in mind.
I will look into this. So
Claire says she wants both everyday and Christmas.
How this is... sorry, what?
Claire says everyday and Christmas for the pop-up snow globes.
Yeah. So you can see how this is building up really nicely. And you've got all those different colours. You can do it in any colour. You can do it... use your colour blocks to get sort of tonal colours. So let's cut this down. And I think I want to go with 5x5 card. Let's go with that. So I'm going to do green first at 5x5. You know what? It feels so wrong to do it upside down.
We've got another one.
Why.
Another request for a happy anniversary die.
Okay.
What
a larger one, because we do have the Moonstone minis.
We do have the Moonstone minis, don't we?
Like the radial type ones.
But yeah, Lynn says anniversary milestones as well.
So we're going to go with 4 3/4 for the... It reminds me of like Quality Street, this colour. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, it does. The purple one.
Then we're going to go in
the best one in my opinion. if we're talking about quality streets?
Oh, I don't know.
Is a mix between that one and the green one?
No, I'm like an orange and a
Oh,
strawberry.
Stacey, she's so weird.
They're the first ones to go. 4.5 for these ones. Then we can build this up, and then this is going to go in the centre, although it's a little bit small, but you get the idea. Let's pull all this together. She'll self to me if I use tape. Again, I'm going in with my... I don't know why I've done it on that side either. Oh well.
Chloe said 3D dies like the Advent House and the sleigh were brilliant. Ideally, could we have 2 outer bits rather than 1? We'll do some explaining about that, Chloe. The reason why we only do 1 instead of 2 is basically to keep the cost down, to make it affordable for you, and that's something that we're really quite proud of doing here at Hunkydory, because we could give you both of those options, but that's going to put the price up by at least £10 on those die sets.
It's almost like double.
And something that me, Anne-Marie, Dan, Stacey, something that we really we push when we do like sets of dies and stamps is to make sure that they're really affordable for you guys to be able to get your hands on. So that is the reason why we only ever do sort of like 1 die. But obviously you do have the ability to cut it into the other side of the cardstock.
For us to add it to a die set, it would obviously be quite expensive, but for you to buy 2 on a multi-buy is probably cheaper.
Oh yeah, that's a good point actually.
Which is why we do it that way.
That's a good point. Sam said sticky sheets but thinner. Okay.
Sticky.
So we've got Sam, we've got our A4 ones. Do you want the A4 ones but like
or is she
just cut down to like A5 or DL, or are you wanting...
or is it stickables? No, because they're quite thin as well.
They are quite thin. Let us know.
Let us know what you want to do.
Do you want the sticky sheets but like smaller sizes, or do you want... Because that is really easy to do. We can definitely do that.
I think we just give them in A4 because then you can cut them down to whatever size and it's cheaper that way.
I do like the A4 size. It is quite good.
So we've got all that in. We're going to go in with our dotted tape runner for our last layer. Let's get a piece of scrap so then we don't.
Tanya says more dies to make dimensional stuff.
Okay. Like 3D stuff.
Claire agrees. The best one is the purple quality street. Oh, I haven't tried that, Donna. Donna says, have you tried the green one in hot chocolate?
Oh.
Oh. I haven't, but I might have to.
Try this.
It's hot chocolate powder that's flavoured like the quality street.
Ooh.
I've not tried it.
And there is our centrepiece. I won't find a card blank because there's so much that I want to show you today.
Louise has got a good one here, Stacey, and it could actually be a full set. Actually, she said, I'd like a simple today due to go alongside number dies, so the card can read 5 today. I think that's a really cool idea because you could do like all the numbers quite like big and then have a today on it. That's a really cool idea. We'll put that on the list, Louise. Keep your eyes peeled. Fiona asked, do you have a die that looks like a block of chocolate? We don't, but we do have a mask.
We do have a mask.
We do have a mask.
Yeah. And there you go, you just pop it on a card blank. But look at the dimension. It's a centrepiece just on its own. You don't need to add anything else. You've just got that really nice pattern paper in the background. But you've seen how the layers sort of layer up, basically.
Yes, it looks awesome, doesn't it? Absolutely.
Over to you, Natalie.
Incredible. Okay, second part of the show. I'll come back to all your comments, don't worry. I've had fun reading them. We have the Party Time Ultimate Collection. Now, we're showing you this because a lot of the cards that are featured in the Guide to Die Cutting showcase these die sets that I'm about to run through. So this is the Ultimate Collection. It should be £64.97, but we're giving it you for £49.97. £14.97, which means you've got a huge £15 saving there. And there's 3 die sets that you're going to get included in this one. There's a fantastic balloon panel, which you can see here makes these really nice designs. So this actually just cuts out that white that you can see there, but it will also cut out all of the circles so that you can paper piece that into different colours. You could use it as a panel to put shaker elements in. It's really, really cool. We've then got the fantastic presents and bows. So again, this cuts out the stack with all of the bows, and the bows have all been designed and labelled so you know exactly where they're going to go with presents. This again has real great fussy cutting capabilities, so you can cut out all of those different presents and then paper piece them back together in different colours of cardstock, like the card on the front cover has done with that black, gold and white theme. And then you're also going to get, and I love this die, you're going to get the incredible alphabet bunting. So this has alphabet and numbers on here. Then you also get 2 blanks that you can see here at the bottom. One of them is sized slightly smaller than the dies, so you can create mats and layers. And then one of them is create mats and layers, so you can have a colour behind all the letters and numbers so they stand out. And then the other one is bigger, so that can be for mats and layers if you want it to be. There's a huge 42 dies in this one die set. It's massive, it's crazy. You've got all of your letters, you've got your numbers, and then you've also got some, you've got the ampersand, you've got the speech bubble, no you don't, I can't read it. You've got the question mark, you've got the exclamation mark, you've got the hyphen, and you've got the ampersand included in that one as well.
Because of Anne-Marie, so
you've got loads and loads of bits and pieces on there. So that is your collection, now £49.97. And then let me show you some cards before we get to it of how these have been used. So this one has been cut out onto some out of some sticker balls and used on that frame to create a shaker. This one's gorgeous in sort of like the black and the silver. Really, really classy with the presents on there. And then this is a beautiful card to showcase the phenomenal alphabet. It says, I love you to the moon and back. It's got the really nice shaped cloud design that we brought to you, and then inked beautifully from a gorgeous mate from Victoria there. Then we've got our handbook that Stacey was showing you through. It's really, really, really handy and super, super useful for anyone starting out their crafting journey. And it also teaches you so much stuff if you are sort of like a really skilled crafter, because there's stuff in here and how to use like your dies to emboss, which is so cool.
Try and show some of that.
There's another one that's really cool. I can't remember which one it is actually. That's cool that they're creating different shapes with your dies. The owl that Kat did. This embossing is really cool as well. It's really, really just a clever sort of book that teaches you so much stuff that you wouldn't have even like thought about. It's awesome. So if you want to get that, we've got it for half price, people. This book on its own is now £4.99.
That's amazing.
It's such a good price. This book is included, I didn't even mention that. If you want to get the party time dies, you are going to get that in that bundle. So you're going to get the 3 dies and the book. However, if you just want the book, £4.99 is a great price for a beginner. Great price for a gift as well. Then we have our brand new designer card packs. So you saw Stacey use one of them then. We showcased these on Monday's show, so you can watch that back with me and Amy to see what we did in there. But you've got the alcohol inks, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'll just show you the fronts and the backs so you can see the different colours. We've got the antique polka dots. This one's matte-tastic, so it's gorgeous. You've got the beautiful designs in there, a really sort of nice one. We've got the embroidered blooms, which is the one that Stacey just used. Absolutely stunning. So much detail in that when you get it home and you see it up close. We've got your vintage gothic rose, sorry. This one's lovely. You can also colour in on this because it's matte-tastic. And then we're finishing that off with the most stunning pastel ombres. So you're going to get those in really nice tones that just come together in the centre there. So that is your designer card pack. All 5 of these, 60 sheets, less than £20, £19.95, £17.96 if you're a Diamond Club member. It is a great deal. Let me show you some cards, and then we're actually going to go to the history test before we go over to Stacey. So these are some makes that we've got using the fantastic brand new collection of card. I love this one that Anne-Marie did, using those really large dies to create that. Huge congratulations. This is a beautiful one that Jane created. If you look really close as well, she's actually just embossed half of the design there. That gives you a really fun look. And this is so sweet and simple, but absolutely stunning from Barbara with that get well soon on there. Right. Are you ready for a history test, Stace?
No.
I'm not ready.
Absolutely not.
So it's time to really test all of you. How good is your history knowledge? So good luck. Try and answer these questions correctly. Me and Stacey don't have a clue because we threw away those cards at the beginning of the show. What language was spoken in ancient Rome? Latin.
Yeah, I would have said Latin.
Yeah?
It's probably the only one I'm going to know. So yeah, we'll go with that.
I'm going to go with Latin. How many years did the 100 Years' War last?
Who wrote these before we do any more?
I think, how many years did the 100 Years' War last? Do you know what?
Like a trick question.
I don't think it was 100 years. I think it was just short of 100 years.
My history is so bad that I've never heard of that.
I'm going to say,
I know.
like,
It's really bad.
I'm going to say 97 years. I don't know why. It's probably completely wrong.
I'm
going to say it's definitely shorter than 100 years.
Oh, okay.
Kat's going to be watching at home because she says she's really good at history, so she's going to be watching being like, she's got it wrong.
I'm going to say 101.
101 years?
Yeah, just...
It's really, I'm sure it's really close, but it's not 100. I'm positively sure about that. Next question. In what year was the Concorde first flight? Interesting. My granddad, my amazing granddad, I absolutely love my granddad. He actually helped build the Concorde.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
He worked at BAE when they were building the Concorde, so he helped build the Concorde. In what year was the Concorde's first flight? It was in, I want to say the 80s. I'm going to guess, because it stopped in like the 2000s, didn't it? I think I'm going to say 89. 1989, I think. It was definitely running in the 90s, because I remember.
I'm just going to say
I might be a bit early then. You can say what?
1990. It was the year I was born, so we'll go with that.
We'll go with that. So around then, I'm sure it is. Which country issued the world's first paper money in around 1024?
1024.
Paper money.
Which country?
Do you reckon it'd be like China?
I don't know. I feel like they're a newer country.
Or do you reckon it'd be like here?
I'm going to go with America.
You going with America?
Yeah,
I'm going to go with England, I think.
It's probably somewhere like really
United
like
Kingdom.
Norway or something.
Probably going to be Switzerland, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's all about
probably.
money in Switzerland. Well, we'll see what the answer is to that one then. The Great Fire of London happened in which year? There's a song about this.
I have no idea. This is like This is like being back at school. I hate it.
The Great Fire of London happened in what year?
You know what?
Is it like the 1700s or something? 17...
I'll say I was going to go 1840.
1840.
Yeah, that's just a complete guess.
I'm going to go with 1753. I'm going to go with that one, 1753. Next one. How many days in a week were there in ancient Roman times? How many days would you like in a week?
I don't know. I don't know whether I'd want it shorter or longer.
In a working week?
A working week?
I'd like a shorter one.
Yeah, maybe 3.
I'd like that.
Yeah, because I do like work.
Working for 3 days or having 3 days off?
No, working for 3 days and 3 days off.
Well, what are you going to do with the other day? There's 7 days in a week.
Well, that's just a wild card day. That just depends on...
I think I'd like an extra day.
So how many days
We can
in
have a
week?
dedicated paddleboarding day.
Yeah, there you go.
How many days in a week were there in ancient
I'm going to
Roman
go with
times?
6 because that's where my head was going.
Yeah, I reckon it's probably like 5. I'm going to go with 5 still.
Okay.
Because a week's 7 now, isn't it?
Yeah. I
So
wonder
let's
when
go
it'll
with
change.
5.
Or whether it ever will change.
They're testing it a little bit, aren't they?
Well, working week. But we're just talking about
not
week.
normal week. Weeks feel like years nowadays. Are we done?
Yeah.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Have we got the answers?
Yeah.
Have we got the answers? Let's
Question
go.
one.
So question 1, what language was spoken in ancient Rome?
Yay!
Yay, we got one right.
We got one.
Question 2, how many years did the 100 Years' War last?
Oh,
We were both wrong, but it wasn't 100 years, which we
No.
said.
yeah.
You were closest,
I was
so you can have
closest,
half
yeah.
a point.
Thank you.
Next one, question 3, in what year was the Concorde's first flight? What?
Yeah.
That seems really, really...
So it was in
Early.
flight for a long time, wasn't it?
That's the thing, I didn't think it was in flight for that long. And then I was trying to think about how old my granddad would have been. Because the pictures of my granddad when he was working on the Concorde, he looks like the mad scientist. He's got really curly hair with big glasses on.
Like when you dressed up that time.
Yes, like my fancy dress costume, he
Yeah.
looked just like that. Next question, which country issued the world's first paper money in around 1024? It was...
I knew as soon as you
Take
said
a bow.
it, you were gonna kick yourself.
Take a bow.
You changed your mind.
I said that first. I said that first.
She changed her mind.
Yeah, but I said it first. Okay.
It's all right.
The Great Fire of London happened in which year? I knew it was something obvious. 1666.
How's that obvious?
I don't know. I felt like it was like there's definitely a song about that. I can't believe we got that wrong. And then the next one, how many days in a week were there in ancient Roman times? 8 days. Oh, 8. That's horrible. 8 days in a week.
I don't know, 8's even though. I feel like that's a little bit better.
What, so they had 4 days of working, 4 days of partying?
Oh, that'd be good,
I
wouldn't
could
it?
do that. I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So congratulations to you. Can't even remember how many we got there.
I think I got 1.
But it was fun. It was fun testing ourselves. Also, this has proved these quizzes through the week that we really need to like learn things because
We
we
just
are
need to
rubbish.
go back to school.
We are. Right, back to you, Stacey.
Back to me.
Die cutting techniques next. What are you going to
was just
show
miles
us?
away. I'm absolutely miles away in that quiz. Okay, what are we doing? Let me have a look at my list.
We're doing something, hopefully.
I'm doing something. That quiz threw me. Okay, so we're going to do lots of different techniques rather than making a full card. So the first technique I want to show you is let's do like cutting one of the nesting dies off the edge. Natalie did this the other day. Let's just cut. Let's just cut this down a little bit. Okay. Doesn't really matter which way around it goes, but what I would do personally is get a pencil and a ruler, not that I've got one, but let's say we want to have this hanging over and then the rest of the card, so let's just draw a really rough line with a pencil, and then we're going to place this back on top and we're going to tape this down.
We've got more comments as well for what people would like. Angela has requested personal sentiment dies that could be attached, so you could have happy birthday and then daughter, but so it looked like they were like together.
Okay.
That's one thing.
So I'm going to bring in my manual machine because I would just prefer it. This is where like it's personal preference. Now the way that I would do this, hopefully it's going to work.
I think you could do it a lot easier with a machine like this, if I'm honest, because
so what I would do is then line up this line that I've made with the edge of your plate.
yeah,
It's just, let me just move this over a little bit so you can see. So you can see this line here is lined up with the edge of my plate. Now it doesn't matter where the top plate goes. Then you're going to feed this through
This is where I think doing this technique is easier with a handheld machine rather than with your electronic machine. Although if you watch the Hobby Maker shows, you will have seen me do it with the electronic machine.
Yeah.
It's just that you have to kind of like hold the whole thing off your plates, and your plates have to line up for it to run through. Where on a machine like this, you can see Stacey showing you, you can leave your plates sort of like wonky and they'll still go in.
So then what you can do is then fold it along, obviously better than I'm doing right now, but then you've got it on that side. Now if you wanted it on the other side, you'd just turn your cardstock round and you'd cut, let me move over again, you'd hang this side off, so then it cuts that side and then you've got it for the rest. But that is how you get sort of a partial cut on one side. Now what we want to do then is, if you want to cut both sides, I just need another scrap piece of paper. I did have some. Let's just cut this.
Oh, I think I know what you're going to do.
Okay, so let's say we want a panel like this with the rest of the sentiment sticking out. So let's go in with the pencil again. And obviously you would measure it, so if you want like a one inch panel, you could do it like that. Let's say we want this sort of shape. Then we stick this back on.
This would be good for like a shaped cat flap, wouldn't it?
It'd be really nice for just a panel on the front of your card where you can put patterned paper either side.
Oh, that would be good. Lots of people requesting a from my house to yours rather than houses. From our house. For like single households.
Okay.
Sam would like an Art Deco alphabet.
Nice.
I hope you've got a long enough piece of paper. You
I've got multiple post-it
I know, I was going to say.
So with this, because your cardstock is going to hang over quite a little bit, I would tape this down so then it doesn't move, because you might have a longer piece of card and it is going to move a little bit. So I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit. And then we're going to go through and cut this side. And we've got quite long plates. Hopefully you've got shorter plates. I've got shorter plates at home, so it doesn't seem as long when you...
We do have shorter plates in the office, but they aren't good. They cannot be shown on TV because...
So that's cut this bit here, so you can see really faintly. So let's do the other side. So just flip it over, line that pencil line up with your plates, stick your cardstock down so it doesn't move.
I like that idea of sticking your card to the actual plate as well. That's a clever point. So then it's not...
If it didn't, it would kind of just fall out. I'm not going to go through that again. Let's just take this out. So then, if we take this off, that tape's gone through a few times, so it's a little bit sticky. We've then got a cut line either side like this, and you can go in with your trimmer and you can just trim down following the line. I've gone over a little bit just because it's cut a little bit further. So again, follow the line that it's cut.
This looks super cool.
And then what you've got, obviously you removed these bits, add your sentiment on, and you've got a shaped panel. Now you can do this with any die. You don't have to do it with like this sort of die. You can do it with a circle nesting die. So you've got a circle panel with a thing in the middle. So that's how you do partial die cuts.
I definitely think these classes that we've been doing are making me think about how much I don't use like techniques and like fun techniques in my cards, and how much I could like really emphasize like the styles that I create and the cards that I do by just bringing in dies and doing these like different types of techniques.
So I've got my folder of nesting dies. I'm going to just use... We're going to create a shaped card blank. Probably not a square though. Let's realise that a square is really obvious and we can make a square with anything. Let's make a circle shaped card blank. So
I think you should do it scallop shaped as well, Steve.
I know. Probably should have brought my own card blanks in because I never ever know what it is. But we can make it work. It's fine. Just cut that down. So what you're going to do is get your nesting die and then hang it over the edge ever so slightly. So then let me tape it down and then I can show you the back. So on the back, the cut line is hanging over the edge ever so slightly, which is going to give us that card blank, basically shaped card blank. Now, because it's going through 2 layers of cardstock, I would probably run it through twice if you've got an electronic machine.
Yeah.
With a manual machine, you can obviously go back through really easily, and it is harder because you're using 2 very thick pieces of cardstock. I think that's cut. If not, we can what we can do, if it doesn't cut through, is take this tape off. Oh no, it's cut through. But what I was going to say is, if it hasn't cut through, let's say that bottom layer, you can open it out, then place your die on this bit, and you can feel it, it kind of like snaps into place and then it won't move, won't wiggle. You can then tape that and then run that through and it'll cut that bottom layer really nicely. You just have to be careful that you don't cut this bit. So like that partial technique that we told you, hang it off so then you're not cutting this area. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? But very easily from one die, you've now got a shaped card blank.
It's really, really cool, isn't it? And that circle card there could be like a plaid circle, or you could score across the top and create it into a shaped easel. There's loads of really cool
Then
ways.
you can use your other dies for mats and layers.
Yeah.
Because you've got a perfect shape that goes with it. Okay, next technique. I'm trying to run through them as quickly as possible. Fussy cutting with a nesting die. So let's just move this manual machine.
With a nesting die?
Well, fussy cutting and then using a nesting die.
Oh, okay.
This is something you use a lot.
Oh,
so
yes.
I'm going to bring this in.
I love this. I love, love, love doing this.
We've got a brand new cutting knife with a brand new blade in, which is always easier. This is ideal for the cardstock in paper collections like this. So we're going to run through really quickly, not going to be sort of precious about it. Obviously you can take a lot more time than I have got.
Look at Stacey doing papercraft. She's testing herself for later, isn't she?
I know.
Still got that sketch challenge to do, Stacey.
Oh no, let's not. No, we don't need the stress.
Lynn says this is the best show ever. It's so informative. Thank you, Stacey, for your such clear. Thank you, Stacey. You're so clear in your explanation.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm so glad, because die cutting can seem really scary, and I don't want it to be. I want it to be as easy as possible, and if I can give you as much knowledge as I can in this show, it may be a bit longer than usual, but grab a cup of tea, grab a cup of coffee.
Viv says, I know we're still one day left, but please could you do more masterclasses? They are so, so, so interesting. I think it should be like a...
We could make a masterclass Monday.
Masterclass Mondays. That sounds fun.
So
I like this idea.
Please use your trimmer and don't use scissors like I'm doing it. I'm just doing it for quickness. So let's say you've cut your card down, you've fussy cut this area here, and then what you're going to do is pop your nesting die, whichever shape that you want. You can do any shape as long as it fits in, and then we're going to run that through and I'll show you what it looks like then. let's bring this back in. So I'd have to get the electronic machine. So let's run this through. Slipped a little bit. Just make sure that when you're putting through, your piece of paper doesn't slip, otherwise it'll catch on the edges and you'll get a horrible edge then.
We also have a question that says, have we already discussed the best way to keep your plates from warping? There's some really good comments in there, but yeah, just flip them over, flip them.
Yeah, every time you do a cut, flip it over.
Yeah, that's going to last. But those plates have done really well.
These Sizzix ones?
The Sizzix ones. The new Gemini ones.
I know the new Gemini ones are doing
We've
really
looked
well.
after them very well. And I think it's very important as well. Make sure that you are putting your plates in the correct formation.
Yeah.
That is paramount to make sure that your plates are... I love this. This is
so
one
now
of
you've got this shape.
My favourite technique.
Cut it down into like a square, for example, on a card blank.
Don't do it with scissors.
No, don't do it with scissors. And then you can be putting like pattern paper, you can put sentiment in this. But you've got a really nice, perfect circular aperture that's shaped around that image.
So cute, isn't it?
So, sorry Nat, I've got loads of techniques
that I want to show. No, keep going, don't worry.
If you've got a technique that you want me to explain, please comment in. So next one we're going to do is tiling a design. So we might have like a background panel, we might have a smaller panel if you want, but we're going to try and, I say try, because I've not actually used this die before. I designed it, but I think Natalie must have tested it when we did it.
I don't think I did.
Maybe Anne-Marie did. Somebody did. I don't think it was me. But obviously we test all our dies, don't we? So let's go in with this. And we're going to go in with our A4 machine because we probably want a long piece. So again, thick, thin metal. Turn that over. You know what? It's moving around. It's a masterclass. You're showing techniques. Don't do it wrong. Let's just stick that in so it doesn't move. Turn that over. Then you've got your metal shim because you want it to cut into the metal shim. Then you've got your top plate, and let's run that through.
Chloe's just asked about what you mean by flipping it over. So when you've run this through, will you just explain it?
Say that again.
She's just asked what do you mean by flipping the plate over?
Flipping the plate over. So
will you explain it when you take it out?
So with my next cut, what you want to do is flip that plate over. And what that does is, as the machine goes through, it kind of, if you imagine it, it kind of like bends a little bit. So it kind of does this because the roller puts pressure on it. So if you're flipping these over every single time, it's going to stay flat. Again, you can do the same with all your plates. So you just flip them over each time you cut, and then they'll all stay flat.
Hopefully that will help.
So we've got this one. Now I am not going to spend all the time trying to, I mean I can use my die brush, but you can see how well that's cut already. Because all the bits are falling out. Just pull this off. Okay, so with most designs, with background panels in particular, we design them to tile. What tiling means is you can just move it across, either up or down, or left or right, and you just line it up very, very loosely and tape it back down again. If it is a design that overlaps, as in maybe you've got lines that need to line up, we will try and do it so then you can overlap it on the previous bit, and it kind of like sits in.
It worked really nicely doing it that way with the dies that came with the club gift. Yeah. They worked in that way.
They tile as well. So you can make longer borders. So you just run this through again. So when we say tile, when we're explaining what dies can do, and Natalie might say, oh, this one tiles, this is what we mean. It means that you can create a much larger background using one panel. So let's get the dye brush and make a mess. You see the dye brush is a must-have. You don't have to be delicate with it. But if I put a piece of white card behind it, let me just, you can see how this tiles perfectly. Once you've got all those bits out, you've got a much larger background than you had if you just have one panel. So you can be putting like a topper on that,
Yeah.
sentiment on that, your
Could
radio
put a mirror
sentiment.
underneath it
Yep.
to make that shine through.
So that's tiling. A few more techniques and then we'll go back to Natalie. I'm in a right mess, look at this.
I know.
They're shaker elements, them. Okay, so emboss using a die. This is something
very
that I
cool
didn't do
technique.
before we worked on the
Handbook.
but actually it's such an easy technique to do. Let me just get rid of these.
We've been asked as well, Stacey,
Yeah.
any chance to do, like, someone said it before as well, like a special or God or step, like a little pack that
Yeah.
could go with our new relative dies.
Okay, yeah, we can possibly do the
Like an
the little-
add-on.
Yeah, the little ones. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can, yeah, put it on the list and I'll look into that. Emboss using a die. Okay, where have I put my 2 pieces of cardstock? So with this, it's actually really easy to do. I've got so much stuff on this desk. Right. So the technique in the handbook uses like 2 pieces of cardstock. So we've gone with gold and we've gone with white. And they are the same size. And then just because we've got it, we're going to go in with a sentiment. I'm going to go in on top. So you can use any cardstock, but the top is going to cut and the bottom is going to emboss.
It
So
works really nicely as well with, like, all your panel dies and your
Yeah.
background, so that one that you've just die cut from as well would look really nice doing it this way.
So you don't need any different plate formations. Exactly the same as die cutting, but it's just that 2 pieces of cardstock. We'll see, it might cut through because it's I might need to take the metal plate out so it
You
doesn't.
put the metal plate in there.
Yeah, I realised once.
Stacey,
I know.
have you read this handbook?
I know.
How many times did you read that handbook before
We'll
it went to
see.
print?
We'll see. If it's not, then it's fine.
I think it will have definitely cut through.
I mean, look at that. I got a new technique. Paper piecing instantly. Yeah, it's cut through. Oh no, it's not all cut through. Let's do another piece because I don't want to tell you about a technique and then not show you how it actually works. So if you're using a metal, say I did this at home yesterday
Do you do it with the...
and I didn't have a metal.
Yeah, if you do it with your
plate.
Sizzix, or if you do it with like a cranky machine, it will just sort of like,
Going with.
you won't need, it will work just doing it the way that Stacey did it, but if you're doing it with your electronic machines, take out the metal plate because you don't want that extra
So we're
pressure.
taking this piece out. We've got that right in the middle because we don't want as much pressure, rather than put it at the edge like we would do if we're cutting. Let's see whether this works. Got 2 pieces of cardstock again. We've just taken out that metal shim, so you can see how important that metal shim is, especially if you're cutting through multiple.
I've had a lot of people messaging in about if your folders for your Gemini minis and your mini,
Yeah.
popping them in really hot water
Yeah.
will help flatten them out.
Yeah.
So that's we've never tried that, so I might try that actually after the show with ours, because ours are very, very squished at the moment.
So you have to take all the bits off, but
You could use your brush might be able to
Yeah.
pop them out.
or your pokey tool. But you get the gist once you've got all them off. you've then got this embossed look on your cardstock that hasn't quite cut all the way through, but this is ideal for, let me show you this card that Kat, I think it was Kat that made it. This one. You can see this is embossed and the white is embossed, so you can follow this step by step, but that is how you do it. You're just layering up that cardstock and cutting it through, and it just gives that beautiful embossed look like you've used an embossing folder. Another embossed technique is something that me and Bex worked on when we did it, and what you will need for this one is your rubber mat. So I am actually going to follow my own instructions, because the instructions in here are really good, and it does actually give you the plate formation. So we're going to, this one. So this is using the butterflies, but we'll just use the sentiment. And it does give you the plates of what we use for Gemini 2. Obviously, if you haven't got a rubber mat, you may have to play around with it. So we've got the rubber mat on there. We've got, need something with a white core so we can sand it.
A Matastic.
Yeah.
You could use that spotty Matastic that's on top there.
I've got a bit of green that.
Oh, that's a good idea. Less waste.
So you want to place the colour down, then you want to place the dye on top, then you want to push this through your dye machine. Might have to take out something.
I really
the
hope you
mat's
don't
moving, but we'll see.
cut through that mat. Stacey will be the first one
See
to
what it
ruin the
does.
plates.
No, it's cut all the way through. Let's take some
Is
plates
it not
out.
the, do you not need to take out the thinner plastic shim?
I'm probably going to take out the metal as well. What have I put on there?
The
Base
metal?
plate, rubber mat, cardstock, magnetic shim is in. So we've got base plate, rubber mat.
I'll give you this piece of cardstock here as well. Look at you with a cheeky little Freddo in your craft bag.
That's
I've
my
never seen that
emergency
before.
Freddo. It's been there for quite a while. It probably needs eating.
I don't even think they do Freddos in packaging like that.
I know, that's how long it's been in there.
2001. I bet there's a best before date on that definitely means that you should not be eating that.
Then we've got the magnetic shim, and then we've got that second base plate. So basically what we've took out is this clear plastic shim and the metal, and this should work.
So your
It
plates
feels
are
better.
your main plastic plate, your embossing rubber mat, then you want your paper, then you want your dye,
Yeah.
then you want your magnetic
Yeah.
sheet, then you want your
Your normal
top plate.
Yeah. So then it does this really light embossed look.
Yeah,
Now, you want to do this with not a sentiment, because this will be backwards.
I know, I was
Yeah.
thinking that before you did it.
You want like a butterfly dye or something
shape.
like that. A shape, yeah.
A detailed background
Now,
dye.
don't take this off yet, because what you want to do is use a sanding block.
This is going to work really nicely for any background panels that you have, or floral backgrounds that you've got as well.
And because you've still got that dye on, it will pick up that raised edge. And then you've got this almost like distressed look that we've achieved here. And this is just black Matastic, so it's exactly the same technique. Obviously just don't do it with a sentiment, because it'll be backwards.
Great technique those days. Lots of people loving that one. Lots of people going to try it as well.
Snipping into die cuts. This is the last technique. So a lot of our die cuts, like this, where it's like an image,
Yeah.
will have single cut lines. So let's cut this, and then I can show you what I mean. Let's cut her out of this purple bit. You should see the rest of my desk. You're seeing the tidy bit on there.
There is stuff everywhere.
There is stuff everywhere. I'm going to have to tidy before I do the next bit. Okay, so then because we've messed around with plates, just remember white, clear, magnetic, dye, metal, and wherever my other base plate's gone, because I've lost it.
Oh, it's here.
Put it out of the way. Because I've got no room on my desk.
You're branching out. There's stuff everywhere now.
There is stuff behind me, there's stuff on the chair behind me.
I'm really surprised that when you cut through that die, then it hasn't actually cut this metal plate. This
No, because it's
rubber mat.
It just gives you pressure.
Oh, I thought it would cut it.
Okay, so put this to one side. Let's cut this out. So if I lift this up, you will see tiny little cut lines throughout the whole thing. So what I would do is probably cut this out of like a base colour.
Yeah.
Then go in with your coloured piece, if I can find my scissors. Yeah. And what you want to do, say we want this part of a dress in a different colour. You want to just snip, and then you can follow through and snip away anything that you don't want. So this, when we talk about snippability, this is exactly what we're talking about. And you just want to snip away anything that you don't want. So we're cutting away our arms. Then we're going to come down and cut along that neckline. Sounds awful, we're going to cut away a head. And cut away the other arm. And the rest. And now, the only bit that is left is her dress that we can then paper piece onto. So this is great for like mirror or glitter card. So you can create like a glittery dress without having to like colour and then add, you know, like colour with a glue pen or something like that.
And then add it on top. You can just cut it out, paper piece it back together.
But you've got that and it's just really nice. Right,
Thank
that's it.
you,
I'm done.
Stace.
That's all my
She is
techniques.
finished. Claudia says, going to school has never been so cool. Great teachers, great school subjects, and amazing classmates. Absolutely. There's been so many really cool shows that have shown you so many amazing techniques for what you can do with lots of products. It's been such a great idea. Right, we're going to remind you of the Win It Weekly. You are going to win the storage trolley. This one right here. You're going to win one of those. 3 people are going to win it actually, and we asked you this question. Which of the following school rules is true? A, you're not allowed to eat ketchup during school hours. B, you cannot play football on a Wednesday. Or C, you're allowed to cheat on 1 test per year. So like, share and comment, and Kat and Amy will announce the winners on tomorrow's show. I was so intrigued in that. I've not even got the next bit ready. So let me grab the next piece. We have got a really cool offer on our dies for you. All of our nesting dies are now on save 40%.
It's amazing.
On all of the $14.99 and all of the $19.99 dies. And we've got such a crazy selection for you. So these are all our $19.99 dies. So we've got stitched edged in here, you've got squares, you've got circles, we've got the scallop dotty nesting dies, so they're really nice. We've got those in the in loads of different shapes. We've also got our lovely lace nesting dies. You can get them in all 4 of the most common sizes, that square, rectangle, oval and circle. We've then got your scalloped and straight edge nesting dies, so they come to you in lots of different ways. That one is that's a duo stitched. We've got the duo dotties for you, so that gives you that nice thin dotty detail. We've got rectangle nesting die frames. We've got so many included. We've got these ones as well. The gorgeous like ribbon threading nesting frames. They're really, really cute. We've got those ones in your rectangles and your circles. Then what are these ones? Scalloped and straight edge rectangles. And we've also got the circles for you. Loads and loads to choose from though in your £20 nesting dies, which are now 40% off. And then we've got obviously the medium sized ones. These ones are normally oh my goodness, I've just seen the prices. So these dies are normally $19.99. They're now £11.99.
I know.
That's cheaper than these ones.
Than that one, yeah.
And you know what this price is? $8.99.
I know.
$8.99 We've got your fantastic torn-edged tags. We've got the incredible straight-edged nesting die stand. I love this one actually. This is the pendant flag, so you can use it as like a really nice bunting, or you can use it to create like window sizes. Pentagons, Barbara was looking for this one yesterday. We've got the antique scroll, so if you're into sort of like journaling, junk journaling, that's going to be great. The straight edge extended hexagons back in stock, and that's back in stock, $8.99. We've got your fishtail banners. We've got your hearts, we've got stars, we've got your straight-edged fancy label, we've got the ovals, we've got scalloped corner rectangles. We have not just got these, we have so much more on the website. Have a look at our nesting dies. It's a great time to stock up on those. How long is that offer lasting?
Till Sunday midnight.
Till Sunday at midnight. So
We'll end at midnight.
get all your dies out, see what you're missing, get these deals. And Lisa's been on it, so it's scheduled to end at midnight. So don't be sneaking in on Monday in the morning. It's not going to work. Right, let's have a look at the brand new dies that we had on the show today, because they are absolutely awesome. We've got 3 for you to choose from. I'm going to show you the boards just because they're easier. You can get them in the bundle, £36.97, or you can buy them all individually, $14.99. You get 2 sentiments on each one. There's 10 dies in total included. 2 sentiment dies and 4 nesting dies for each sentiment. So we've got best wishes and happy birthday, get well soon and thinking of you, and we also have thank you and good luck. Get those in your baskets. Don't miss out on your chance to get these, because once they are gone, they are gone. And also, if you haven't got it already, you're absolutely crazy, but we do have the Christmas one available for you as well. £14.99 to get your hands on that. Merry Christmas and season's greetings. 10 dies in total. Again, 2 sentiments, and you've got the 4 nesting dies for each one. Right. Whew, I had to rush through them because this is going to be fun. We have been challenging ourselves every day this week to do a sketch challenge. And yesterday on the show, after all that we've done the sketch challenge, we've been drawing another sketch challenge for the next person who's in the hot seat. And yesterday, Kat, it didn't look like this, but this is very professional. This is the sketch challenge for today. You can also go on the hub and see all of the sketch challenges we've been doing this week, and you can try them out yourself, send us pictures in, and it's a chance to win something, isn't it, Lisa?
So they can enter for a chance to win £100 worth of points.
£100 worth of points?
I might do that.
That's such a good show. Right, okay. So I'm
Challenges.
going to pass this over to Stacey, and you've got some bits that you're going to work with it?
I'm going to work with the club gift.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
No.
You'll be fine.
I'd just like to point out. I have never done a sketch challenge.
I don't know
Ever.
why you're scared by sketch challenges.
I don't know. I think it's the unknown.
I know, but I find them so easy. Sketch challenges for me, if I'm in a rut and I'm working on a collection and I do not know what to do, I go to sketch challenges, I bring them up online, and I make cards in those styles, and it just gets my mojo flowing.
I think it's just something that I probably draw myself rather than look for sketch challenges.
I see what you mean.
So I probably, because I'm a bit of the design side of me, will draw things out as I'm making the card rather than me looking for one.
Well, you've got
but it's
one
fine.
now.
I've thought about it. We've got this. We've got triangles, as you heard yesterday. Triangles scared me a little bit, but I've looked. Now, the obvious one would be this one, which is amazing. But
Oh, yeah.
the cardstock, we haven't really got a rectangle apart from this one. So I thought, why don't I show you how to create this sort of look with something like this?
Right.
So I'm challenging myself even more.
Oh, geez.
I know. We'll see how this goes, because I haven't actually prepped it, because I only had one sheet at home. I just had to think about it.
You can't prep it. It's a sketch challenge. You've got to just go with it.
Well, no, because I saw it yesterday as well.
She cheated and watched the show.
Yeah, we know. We
Just
know.
like to point out that these ones do it all the time, all day long.
So what are you doing?
Well, I'm going to cut these off first.
Okay.
I don't even know what size card we're doing yet.
Well, it's got to be square because it's a square
Yeah.
shape.
Square. I'm glad she gave me square because I can deal with square. Right, so we've cut off these. Let's see what's left.
Not much.
So, because I wanted to use one of these ones, even though it's not rectangular, it is rectangular shape.
Yeah, they don't have to be set
So
to
let's
the
just have a look.
designs. And that big panel that's across could just be one of your sentiments, like led across.
Let's go. I'm going to go with 6 by 6. Yeah.
Okay.
This is going to be our base for our triangle. Let's just go with 6 first. It's a little bit shorter on the edge, but we'll make it work. Let me get a 6 by 6 first, because then I know what I'm working with. Natalie's looking at me like she's very scared.
I'm not scared at all. I think I would have maybe gone with a bigger card size because it would have been easier.
Well,
But that's just me personally.
we're making it up as we go along.
We are. We're excited to see how it ends.
Thank you. I'm not. So we've got 6 by 6. We need a triangle across here. Which is, let's go across there. Let's follow the lines that we've got as a guide.
Apparently we were only giving away £10 worth of reward points, and then on Tuesday Dan upped it to 100.
Oh, you must be feeling very generous this week.
Well, that's why I originally only did 10. But just, you know, a little bit of something.
When Dan comes in and ruins it. Well, he doesn't ruin it, but
He made it better for them.
he did.
Made me seem not very generous.
We're doing it by eye. There you go, we've got a triangle.
Nice.
And we want a smaller triangle.
Yep.
I'm going to cut this side. Want a lot smaller than that.
Oh, you're doing it in a different way to how I would have done it. I would have done diagonally across the thing.
Well, I'm just sort of doing this.
This looks really good already though.
Well, let's make
And
it
it works
slightly
with the
smaller.
colours. I don't even think you need to like add any like mats and layers because you've got your green in there. The white matches the snow.
We probably want a little bit more off that end.
You can always take it away, but you can't add it.
I
That's
know,
been
well,
my
this
motto
is-
while I've been laying this flooring all week.
Okay, so we've got the base.
Yeah.
And then what I thought is we could put this back in.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just going to stick and then trim.
Definitely do that.
Okay.
And you've probably got enough there to do both of those
Yeah, probably
rows.
from one. So we're probably going to just line it up with the edge.
Stick
then
and trim.
just- yeah, we'll do that. We'll do something. And at least you know that if I can do it, then you can do it at home. They're challenging me at the moment with these paper crafts.
We are.
I've just, I've just done.
What have you just
I've
done?
just put it on the back of the
Oh, Stacey. Well, don't hold it down too much because now it's going to be stuck to the thing. See?
It's fine. Let's stick this back down here. The silence. It's just the concentration.
She's concentrating so much.
I know. Then we're going to trim this.
Lots of people challenging themselves to these sketch challenges.
I would love to see what you all make.
I know, it's going to
be.
be nice. I hope we do. We need to do like a little gallery of everyone's
it's just slightly
makes that have come in
shorter.
for each sketch. Because there are going to be some really nice designs throughout this.
That's some really nice entries so far. I love them all.
It'll be nice to see what people have used as well, like what collections they've used for this, if they've used stamps, if they've used dies. I'm excited.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, that's a good point. We were going to do like show them on the show,
gallery's a good idea, isn't it?
So we've got this.
We should do some runners up. Maybe we'll show the runners up.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll show a selection, but I'll put all of them on the gallery.
Then I think I probably want some gold merino in the background.
Okay.
Probably not. Oh no, it is. No, I'm doing 6x6. Nope, need a big piece.
It's in there. I think it's in the next folder along. Closer to the wall.
Bear with me. Oh, I've got it. We will finish at some point today. I've just realised I wanted it smaller.
Will it be the longest show of the week?
No, no.
This is the question.
Maybe.
No, don't say that. You know why?
Dan's
Because
15 minute.
we just had a really good time today.
We
That's
have
the
had a
thing.
very good time. I don't think anyone's bothered about how long this show has been because everyone has been commenting about how incredible these shows have been this week and how much people have learned as well has been really, really great. She's rushing now.
I am.
Trying
Because
to get tape down.
definitely don't want to be as long as Dan's. I'll never live it down because I never let him live
Tanya
it down.
said, can I use some Danish sentiments on my cards or would that diss the entry? Absolutely not. We are open here to any types of card making. Tanya, send in your cards with whatever you would like on them.
Email the entries though. If they
Oh.
submit them via the website, I might miss them.
Okay. Did you hear that? If you didn't, I'll repeat it. Lisa says, please, please, please email in your entries. You want to email them in to studio@hunkydorycrafts.co.uk. The subject needs to be sketch challenge. But make sure you email them in. Don't send them out through on Facebook because then Lisa will definitely get them then if you do it that way. Oh, she doesn't know which one to
I
go
think I
with.
want this because I want to put a sentiment on it.
Okay.
I don't want double sentiments. It just bothers me.
Was there a sentiment on the other one?
Well,
Oh yeah, it
got
said
Merry
Merry
Christmas
Christmas.
Jess this morning was like, are you ready for your sketch challenge? And I was like, well,
No.
what triangles in there? And she's like, oh, triangles are really easy.
They are. You just cut it to the same
So I
size
said,
and then
it's all
cut
right,
it
Jess, you
through.
can make a card for one of the reels, can't you? With that
Triangles
sketch
on.
challenge.
We should do that. We should get
She'll hate me now.
Jess to do TikToks with them on. This
Challenge
is looking good
Jess.
though. And look how worried you were. And already it's looking fantastic.
I know, yeah, I can do it. It's the prepping side of things. I like to prep.
No, we don't need to prep.
I know.
Prepping's for the weak, Stacey.
for the week.
You got to be mentally strong to prep. Or to not prep, I should say. Mentally strong or slightly ludicrous, people would
Yeah.
say. Slightly ludicrous is probably the
Let's
correct
go
terminology here.
Yeah. And then we want some gemstones, and I don't know what I've got with me.
Although I say that, but I do get very scared when I don't fully prep on telly. I had ideas on Tuesday, but Tuesday was a very busy day here. So I didn't, Monday was a very busy day here, sorry. So I didn't actually fully prep. I just popped in cardstock and card blanks and my dies, and I wrote a little sticky note of everything that I was doing. But I didn't actually test anything.
No.
Which
Sometimes
is
that is
always fun. Dave always laughs at me because he's like, "You are crazy. You just come here and you just do it." I'm like, "Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I could do
I've
that
got
with
the
dies.
logic. I've got the logic of what I want to do."
There you go. I'm done.
Oh, look at that! An exceptional card there, Stacey. Do you know what's even funnier now?
What?
Turn that piece of paper over. And draw Cat a sketch challenge.
Right, well,
and this is where you can get your payback.
I can.
There's a ruler behind you if you'd like it. You are a designer though, so you shouldn't need a ruler.
I'm just going to go in with it. So we're going to go rectangle.
Oh, do you know what? We've not done a shaped card. I was going to say you should have done a shaped card.
We can. There you go. Shaped card. We'll rub this out.
We've got punches for that. We're okay.
Why she could use.
Also,
make sure people are tuning in tomorrow.
oh, people have got to tune in
They'll
tomorrow.
be able to win.
Oh, tune in tomorrow to win all of the sketch challenge cards.
Oh.
I like that. Stacey, you're being very mean now. No, you're being quite nice.
Yeah.
Anything else you're adding in?
I think we're going to go across here.
With a little sentiment.
Yeah. Look. I think that's
I
alright.
like the shapes that you've got in here.
I think that'll make a nice card, that.
She might be
There you go.
watching, she might not be watching, we'll see. But that is Stacey's challenge to Kat tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow to see Kat and Amy. I don't even know what's on tomorrow. Let's have a look.
Is it the craft along?
Oh, it is! Exciting. Those bits are on the hub already, aren't they?
It depends on what Kelly's been doing while
Oh, okay. It depends on what Kelly's been doing. We're not sure. But today, at some point, on the hub and probably on our social pages, we're going to be uploading Kat's craft along things. She was making them yesterday. They're very cool. She's doing a spinner card, first of all, which is something really cool.
Amazing.
And then I think the second one is like a box that opens up at the front and it reveals the topper underneath. Honestly, you're going to want to join them. She's definitely got her crafty juices flowing after that time off she's had. So tomorrow, the School of Craft is coming to an end, but we're going out with a bang. So your teachers, Amy and Kat, are here for a club gift, craft along, and that last sketch challenge. So don't miss out on tomorrow's show because you've got the chance to see if you've won the trolley. We're going to spin the wheel. We've got the sketch challenge giveaway. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. And over at on Hobby Maker today, if you still need lots and lots of crafting fun, Pauline is on there. She's going to be there at 3 p.m. with our festive archways. At 5 p.m. she's got those Christmas dogtails decoupage toppers, so don't miss out Pauline's shows on Hobby Maker. I will see you again next Tuesday on Hobby Maker. Stacey will see you on Monday here.
I will, yeah.
What have we got on Monday?
Am I allowed to say?
No.
No, not allowed to say. Big secret.
No, we're not allowed to say. It's a secret. You have to join us. But don't miss out on the show tomorrow, and we'll see you all again very soon.